Good morning, everyone. First of all, apologies about the cold room. We're all about cost saving here at the Chester House. We do have branded coats for sale in the gift shop if anybody's interested. I'm absolutely thrilled to be welcoming you all to the Chester House estate here in Northamptonshire this morning. It's an honour to host this year's conference, and I just want to express my gratitude to the organisers today for picking Chester House. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jack. I'm the Head of Culture, Tourism and Heritage for Northamptonshire Council. I've worked for the local authority for the last 4 years, and originally I joined as the Project Director for the Chester House Estate project back in 2020. I head up an outstanding team of the newly developed service, which includes the management of the Chester House Estate, the Northamptonshire Archaeological Archive, Discover Northamptonshire Tourism Centre, the Corby Heritage Centre, Kettering Museum, the Alfred East Art Gallery, the contract management of 3 theatres and 2 country parks, and one of the largest capital schemes in the country, the Northamptonshire Greenway, which you'll hear a little bit later on this afternoon. Like our new unitary council, Northamptonshire, the Chester House Estate, where we're all today, has been busy celebrating its 2nd birthday, following its large £17.5 million restoration project. Although we're now busy celebrating the successes of this site and welcoming over 500,000 people over the last 2 years, it's safe to say this has not been a straightforward journey for us. In a very brief story, and I'll try not to bore you, the county council, the original county council in Northamptonshire, purchased this site back in the early 2000s to protect the historic site, which I'll go into a little bit of detail later, and turn it into an adult education centre. When they were doing some light works, some remedial works on the roof in the farmhouse, a builder sadly burnt it to the ground after he left his heater on overnight. Following this, the National Lottery Heritage Fund agreed a £6.5 million restoration project, which started back in 2018. They were attracted to our site because of our ancient scheduled monument, which you can see just out of these windows, which boasts one of the very few places in the UK that can evidence over 10,000 years of human activity. We also have one of the largest Roman towns in the area, completely untouched and waiting to be discovered by our archaeology teams. Following the success of the funding and the project well underway, everything was going very well, and then in 2019 our contractor fell into administration, spending the entire pot of money, downing tools and leaving the project on a cliff edge. Nevertheless, the County Council had to continue this project for a number of reasons, and I was recruited in 2020 with my role of refinancing, redesigning and completing the project with a financially sustainable and environmentally sustainable future. Funnily enough, my first day in post was the 26th of March 2020, the day that Boris Johnson closed down the country, so the role changed dramatically overnight. This presented the project some challenges, and I'm sure many of you guys as well have been leading projects during this period. Of course, the cost of materials increased dramatically overnight. Builders were left very nervous about picking up new projects, and core funders that I would originally have turned to help me support this project were only interested in supporting projects that were already existing and not picking up new ones. We did have some fortune during this period. We were awarded one of the largest DCMS COVID Kickstart grants in the country of just over £800,000. And then with lots of major value engineering made the project affordable. I showed a total of 40 contractors around this site, and I had a massive 1 contractor apply for the job at the end of it. Nevertheless, the project was completed on time and on our revised budget in October 2021. And in truth, the pandemic really allowed us to stop and rethink about how we could make Chester House a success in the future, how we could make sure it engaged with a diverse audience, and also how we could make sure it had the biggest impact on Northamptonshire residents whilst not being a financial burden for them moving forwards. To put this into perspective, the original business plan that I picked up, that was produced back in 2012, had a forecasted income of just over £80,000 a year. Now in 2023, this year, we are well on track to be just over £2 million. So, Chester House, which you'll all have a tour from, I believe, Georgia this afternoon. Our offer includes having the 2nd largest archaeological archive in the UK. We have an outstanding education centre, which focuses on our 10,000 year history programme, everything from Key Stage 1 through to university level. We host annual field school visits and do real archaeology digs just behind us in a Roman graveyard every year with our partners, the University of Leicester. We have 6 new businesses on site that have opened up on the back of the Chester House estate opening, and that includes a pet shop, a florist, a farm shop, cider shop, and also Roman-themed escape rooms. We have 2 wedding venues, with the main one being in our threshing barn where we'll be having lunch this afternoon. We have a 70-seater farmhouse cafe. We have a beautiful 2-bedroom B&B with stunning views over the River Nen, or the River Nene if you're from around here. We host a 12-month diverse events programme, so if you look out the window, you'll see all the straw from our giant pumpkin patch, which was a sold-out success 2 weeks ago. We do Father Christmas experiences, we do Roman reenactment weekends, and we even do lambing in the spring as well. We have a river boat mooring and play area. We have an outstanding history museum, which is related all the way to the national curriculum. And we have an on-site college with 30 students with SEN needs, where they call Chester House Estate their place of work and their place of learning 5 days a week. And of course, the Chester House Estate is an 85-acre free-to-enter estate, putting no barriers in the way of the residents of North Northamptonshire being able to access their heritage. I strongly feel the successes have been down to having a diverse income offer, building a major volunteering programme with over 200 active volunteers, partnering with major education and commercial partners, and constantly reviewing and not being afraid to adapt and evolve our offer. But the work within the Culture, Tourism and Heritage Service doesn't stop there. Boosting our tourism economy is also a key priority for our council, and we are working with Visit England and West Northamptonshire Council to develop and implement a local visitor economy partnership. The Northamptonshire tourism economy sustains 31,000 jobs, 4,500 businesses, and contributes to over 500 million annually to our local economy. We will shortly be rolling out a new strategy that will be key to developing and growing this industry. Northamptonshire is famous for being that place that you drive through to go somewhere else, and it's our job to change that. Elsewhere, we're also in the process of restoring and opening a £4.5 million expansion of the Alfred East Art Gallery in Kettering and revitalising the Corby Heritage Centre into a must-visit sustainable heritage destination. I hope you'll also find the time, and I know you'll hear today now from Lucy Halls, that's just sat at the back of the room, who is responsible for one of the largest and most complex capital programmes currently taking place in Northamptonshire, the Northamptonshire Greenway, which is a rural network of safe, largely traffic-free routes that are suitable for walking, wheeling and cycling across the county, aiming to connect up our rural communities. And that's just a small selection of what we do. I'm here all day and I'd love to meet all of you, and if you have any questions, please do come and find myself. So I'm going to finish there. A big thank you to the Midlands Park Forum, not just for today, but for their continued support all the way throughout our project at Chester House. And on behalf of Lisa, our General Manager, the amazing team at Chester House and myself, we hope you all have a wonderful day. Please do come back and visit us with your friends and family moving forwards and support us. And also be sure to take some time today to go and explore over 10,000 years of our North Northamptonshire story. Thank you.